Good morning, my friends. G'day to you from Australia. Well, those who are overseas. There's plenty of crew actually locally that's starting to watch the show too. What I've got for you today is a really cool video about what I'm growing here in my front yard, my front space. Maybe you'll consider growing too. You see, we're coming into fall into some parts of the world and into the spring here in the land of Oz. There's plenty of things that you could consider growing and get growing. Maybe you want to grow along with me. This is what I'm growing in my front yard right now today, just a couple of weeks before spring. Oh, this cup of tea is so good. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Do you like my new camp chair? Yeah, I usually sit in there, the black one that sort of wobbles and everything while I'm doing these videos. Anyway, I got my cup of tea. It is warming up and I probably won't need this jacket too much longer, really. I'm starting to get a bit warm in it already. But cheers to you. Hope you're enjoying your day. Now let's get started. Right, so leafy greens. Love my leafy greens through the winter time and the cooler months here on the northern rivers around Mullumbimby, the Byron Shire. Reason being, I live not too far from the beach, from the coast, so we don't get heavy frosts and things like that. So we can pretty much grow stuff nearly all year round. You know, some things that really love the heat don't perform so well, you have to grow them in a greenhouse. But leafy greens like Bok Choi, cos lettuce, icebergs. Icebergs are a bit trickier, but I reckon the open oak leaf lettuces and the cosies, really great. And I think we'll get about another month of growing the cos lettuce here and the Bok Choi and things like that. I just got a funny feeling it's going to get hot real quick. Last couple of days have been pretty warm, just walking around in shorts and shirts. And as I said, I'm getting a bit warm just in this bloke. And I think I'll take it off. That's a good sign for first thing in the morning. You've been watching my videos. I've been really rugging up early and then sort of stripping off through the day. And there you go, Marty. What are you doing? Getting changed in front of a camera. Hey, this is just like shooting a live show at the moment, right? Anyway, let's keep going. We'll keep rolling. I've got the side bed here. Now, this is actually a bay where I keep my compost, and then I grow Bok Choi along the side. And I've got also in there a cucumber and some parsley. Now, as that breaks down, they'll grow better. I'll build a new wall around the outside of it. They'll grow. And then it will get composted down and go back into the system, back into the garden, back at even maybe the compost that you buy. Not real sure yet, but it will get used and it won't get wasted on this site. So I'm also preparing early tomatoes. Yep, lots of tomatoes, indeterminate and what they call semi-determinates or dwarfs. And they only grow anywhere from 30 centimetres to a metre high, less staking, faster fruit production. They don't live as long, but they're really great in the early seasons because you get a quick crop and then you can grow your indeterminates, which are the long viney ones if you want to go in that direction as well, and have these ongoing tomatoes. Now, I plan on selling cherry tomatoes and along with our compost this season and a few other things. Hopefully we're going to get the trolley out and go up and down the road. That's really exciting and coming up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the side here a little bit. And we're going to put a picture up here, right around here somewhere. Now I'm just practicing doing this. It's sort of new to me, but I want to talk about cabbage. So let's put it up here. Cabbage. Now, cabbage is an awesome plant to grow. We make a lot of stir fries here, so it goes quite well in that one. Now we're going mini cabbages in pots in our own potting mix, and finding that they're growing really well and they're liking this season. So it's around about sort of like, well, this temperature, so it's around about 19 to 22 through the day at the moment, and even it gets a little bit hotter than that they dry out. I see they're the first things to start wilting a little bit, so I believe if you grow them no problem right through the winter months here and into the cooler seasons. So pretty happy getting them going. Now, if you're going to start growing some cabbages around near where I live, get them in now and you will get a harvest out before it gets too hot. Now, if you're on the other side of the planet, going into fall, as soon as it starts cooling down, no more real hot days, you could get them out, or you could grow them in a shaded place to get your seedlings started and go from there. Alright, next one, cos lettuce right here. Great plant. Pick the leaves off the sides, wait till it gets fully ready, and then just harvest the whole plant. It's a very versatile plant. You can get the leaves and sort of make wraps and things like that, and then just lettuce bomb them. Really love the cos lettuce. It's just an awesome plant. Now another plant that we're growing, really interesting, is a Cape Horn gooseberry. Now this comes from South Africa, I believe, because the Cape Horn, so it probably grows naturally around that area. Seems to grow really well here in Australia on the east coast, and it is a plant that you need to stake. It gets these amazing little lanterns, paper lanterns around the outside, and a little round berry on the inside. Really interesting. I've grown them a couple of times. If they get pierced on the outside, they're susceptible fruit fly. I really love them, but I've had success with them over time, and they're a really, really awesome plant. Now, another plant that I'm starting to grow a bit more, because Shirley, she really likes eggplants. So we're growing two different varieties. Now in the front here at the moment, we've just got that sort of white and purple spotted one, the smaller ones. And they grow them a lot in Thailand, so I'm used to eating them from when I used to live in Southeast Asia. So growing them for Shirley, among a few other things. So we're also growing a few different types of chilies, mostly the bird's eye, because I got a whole stack of them in a punnet and growing them, and they seem to be growing really well in the pots as well. And I think we'll have some of them to sell maybe on in the future. If not, we'll be collecting lots of bird's eyes and drying them out. And I'm really interested in chilies this year because it's a plant that you can grow right through the summer months, and a lot of stuff gets too hot and you just can't grow it. So I'm really going to look into more plants that I can grow right through the summer, such as tomatoes, different types of, you know, the chili family, which you guys have a different name for in America. Let me know what you call them down below. I know that you call capsicums bell peppers, things like that. So looking forward to growing more of those and sort of moving into some other plants into the backyard. You know, we'll grow some sunflowers. They love the heat. We're going to be growing okra. We've got some of that little seedling going over there. It's going to be a start. And then you've got the Egyptian spinach, which is a really interesting plant, which is related to okra as well. And then we've got the kangkong, which is another native sort of growing spinach, which is related to wandering Jew, really good edible plant. And the betel leaf. Now, they're all out the back and still in greenhouses and things like that. So moving forward with that, setting up, you can see this big worm farm at the back here, really awesome. Setting that up there and extending them into the system. So what we're doing is we're making our own compost here and our own potting mixes, organic blends, to sell to the locals, so people can feel really happy about the food that they're growing, and know that they're getting a good quality organic product when they're purchasing that and growing their own plants. I think that's really, really important, because it's just so rare to find these days, even though everyone wants it. That really just blows me out. Anyway, let me know what you're growing down below. This is just a part of something that I want to introduce for people, to teach them how to grow more food at home. For the locals here, they want to grow food around the same time as me, and for other places around the world where you're just interested in watching my show, of course, Marty here, and learning from me as I go and grow. Have a great day. Happy everything. God bless. We'll see you at the next video real soon. Remember, there's another one around here somewhere. There's a subscribe button down there too, and there's lots of stuff in the description. Check it out. We'll see you at the next video real soon. Bye for now. Here comes Flexi Yarn.